You are an incredibly sensitive man who inspires joy feelings in all those around you.
And lo and behold, I turn around and all these people are running up to my boyfriend, who is not Rob Dirge.
We have a work ethic.
And so we did the smart thing, what every college student would do, and we went and we bought ice cream.
Hi, welcome to Comedy Parenting Radio. My name's Jerry, and this is the show that sharpens pencils using circus-trained beavers. I want to welcome our guests who are listening from South Africa, Canada, and all our gang in the U.S. of A. Welcome to the Comedy Parenting family. Today in the studio, we got two very special guests. I got Mark in here and Michelle. How you doing, Mark?
Oh, that's me. I'm fine. I'm good.
Cool.
I'm good.
And Michelle, you agreed to put up with this guy and come all the way over here. How are you doing right now?
I'm doing wonderful. Thank you.
Cool. Well, tonight's show is going to be about I'm Not Who You Think I Am. We'll be right back.
Are you a failure as a parent or grandparent? Do your little ones cry for no apparent reason?
Do you have lots of money?
If you answered yes to these or any other invasive questions, we have good news for you. Treesock Press was named after a cat.
A very cute cat.
Treesock Press printed a book. That book is available in nearly indestructible hardback form and is printed with non-toxic ink so your little dinosaur can virtually eat the book. If this all seems too good to be true, you can go buy a cheap Disney book that's printed in China. Books printed in China aren't as good for teething toddlers as ones printed in Wisconsin.
What's the name of our book?
Dad the Tooth Fairy Didn't Come. This book is funnier than a root canal on a sinking ship.
I didn't know ships had teeth.
Order your copies of Dad the Tooth Fairy Didn't Come from Amazon today. Or tomorrow if you're on the international date line. Comedy.
Parenting.
Radio.
Okay, we're back with Comedy Parenting Radio talking about false identities. And I got to tell you guys, my son Caleb, when he was 12 years old, went to the local pharmacy and got the spirit gum and hair and all, and he made himself look like a 40-year-old Chinese nuclear physicist. He had like the Fu Manchu thing, and he made his hair kind of grayish. And he would go around Aspen like this, and he'd walk into the library, and people would open the doors for him because they thought he was this old Chinese guy. Have you ever known anybody who pretended to be somebody else?
I've never pretended to be an old Chinese person. I've never done that. No, I've not. But
it wasn't at the top of my list.
Well, how about you, Michelle?
Actually, I do know someone who pretended to be somebody that they really weren't. It's kind of an interesting experience. I was out with my boyfriend one day, and his friend happened to be there.
Was that Chip?
It was not Chip. And the friend decided to introduce my boyfriend as someone he was not. So here I was in a public place, and the friend, over a very loud speaker, tells the entire event that Rob Dirge was in the building. And he was only going to be there for a few minutes, so if they wanted autographs, they should run on over. At first, I wasn't quite sure who they were talking about, and then I realized he was talking about my boyfriend. That wasn't my boyfriend's name, Rob Dirge. I thought surely no one's going to come over and visit. And lo and behold, I turn around and all these people are running up to my boyfriend, who is not Rob Dirge.
Why were they so excited about Rob Dirge, though? Who was Rob Dirge?
I wasn't really sure at first. I kind of stood back in complete and utter dismay. I couldn't understand what was going on. And then I thought I would excuse myself since there was a crowd around him. So I walked into a building for a few minutes and I overheard a couple of ladies talking about Rob Dirge. And one woman said to the other woman, "Who's Rob Dirge?" And the other woman said, "I think he used to play for the Denver Broncos."
The Denver Broncos.
Wow.
Well, of course there'd be a line. Why not?
You should have been so proud of your boyfriend at that point.
Did you know he played for the Broncos?
I was stunned and amazed. I wasn't sure if it was really my boyfriend or if I was dating someone from the Denver Broncos. I don't know.
Really?
Maybe he was a water boy for the Broncos or something like that.
It could have been.
How did he play the part well?
He did an excellent job. Signed autographs, took photographs.
Wow. I hope the Broncos aren't listening right now.
John Elway did not endorse this part of the show today.
Oh, boy. Wow. That's a good story, Michelle.
Okay, we're Comedy Parenting Radio. We're talking about mistaken identities, false identities. I'm not who you think I am. We'll be right back.
Oh, you make me feel like $1,000,000. Oh, I want to drive you around in an armored truck.
Chris, can you put the video game controller down for a second?
I can talk and play. Oh, I'm totally annihilating this punk kid in Nebraska.
I just feel like you're not acting like a grown-up in our relationship.
Am too.
Well, you still ride your skateboard to work, there's the comic book collection, the race car bed.
Look, I'm young at heart, but I put money into my 401k every paycheck. I picked up a few savings tips at feedthepig.org. I have control over my financial life now, and that feels pretty grown up.
Put away a few bucks, feel like $1,000,000. Putting some money from every paycheck into a savings account or contributing to your 401k can make a big difference later. For free ideas and easy tips on ways to save, go to feedthepig.org. That's feedthepig.org.
So, I bet I look like a grown-up to you now.
Well, except for the footy pajamas, I'd have to agree.
This message brought to you by the American Institute of Certified Public Accountants and the Ad Council.
You are listening to Comedy Parenting Radio with your host, Jared Begley.
Mark, do you remember when you and I were in college and we were in southern Colorado?
Actually, I do. Jerry, I was thinking about that just a moment ago, someone pretending who they really weren't. And that one kind of flashed back to me.
Yeah, that's kind of a high point in my career.
That was a high point.
Mistaken identities.
It kind of sent me down the wrong path for a while, but I've straightened my life out since
no,
that.
it actually got us home. It helped to get us home, sort of.
It did get us home.
We were without money, weren't we?
We did. I mean, we were sensible college kids.
Had no money. We were traveling,
no money, and we had just a few dollars. We figured we had to get home,
right?
So we calculated how much gas money we would need, and so we did the smart thing, what every college student would do, and we went and we bought ice cream.
It was good stuff, too.
It was. I believe it was the chocolate chip even, but we spent our money on ice cream.
Yeah.
And so we weren't going to be able to get home. And so being the ingenious college students that we were, we figured the only way we could go panhandle, but that's not nice. We didn't believe in asking people for money.
No.
That's not.
You have to earn it.
You have to earn it.
We have a work ethic.
That's right. And
work
so,
ethic.
Well, we took a vote. We went to the city market or Safeway parking lot, and we took a vote, and one of our group agreed, and we led this individual we put on his dark sunglasses. He put on dark sunglasses, and we gave him a harmonica and a tin cup, and we led him to the front of the store to the bench, and we encouraged him to sit there and play the harmonica
as if he was blind.
As if he was blind. Yes, we did that.
Was that Rob Dirge?
No, it wasn't Rob Dirge.
Wasn't
it was
Rob
one
Dirge.
of the other nuts that we were with.
No, that was someone else that was there. I won't say his name, but his initials were Jerry Begley. And so we had him up there, and he proceeded to play his harmonica for about 15, 20 minutes. And he amazingly got enough gas money for us to make it back home. So,
remember the apple?
And we gave him an apple. Yeah,
to eat apple.
He gave an apple to eat, and he went to set the apple down, and he pretended to set it on the bench, but he sat it like on the edge of the bench, and it fell over, and so
it rolled out into the parking lot.
Rolled the parking lot, and he was on his hands and knees looking for the apple, and they were a couple of folks who came out and helped him find the apple.
This lady jumps out of her car and gets the apples. Here you go, sir.
Yeah, and he brushed it off in his shirt and took a bite of the apple.
Thank you.
And we were all dying inside the van watching this. But hey, we needed gas money to get home, so this was
anything to get home.
Anything to get home. So we did that. So that's the first story that came to mind there, Jerry.
Wow. Thanks, Mark. So, Michelle, you were telling me one time about how you just decided to do a different identity somewhere.
I did. I was a little jealous over the whole Rob Dirge thing because he got all that attention that day, and I thought it would be kind of fun if I was someone else.
I did play for the Broncos, after all.
Of course, you did not. Anyway, I've made a few changes in my life lately, one of which being going from wearing glasses, corrective lenses, my whole entire life, to wearing contact lenses. So it was my very first day out of the house wearing contact lenses.
Ooh.
And Rob Dirge and I stopped at Durango Joe's for coffee. And when I ordered my coffee, they asked me what my name was, and I very quickly responded and said, Zoe. I thought if he could be someone else, surely so could I.
Did you get lots of attention?
I don't remember. I was just kind of so proud of myself for jumping into a new identity.
Wow. That was big.
It was big.
I bet you're going to be really good in Halloween next year.
I know, right? And then when the coffee was done and they called my name, Zoe, I was just kind of excited.
It's tough keeping up with the Dirges, but I think you were doing okay at that point.
I know. I'm contemplating another identity right now, though. Her name's Misty. I'm not sure if I'm going to go with it or not.
What would Misty be like?
I'm not sure. I think she's related to Christy, though.
Misty Brinkley?
Yeah.
Not the Misty Brinkley.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Mm-hmm.
Who are you anyway? That's what I want to know. Who are you?
But you don't have to call me darling. Darling. You never even call me by my name.
Ranger Station.
Hi, I want to report a bear sighting.
Location.
My front door. It was Smokey Bear. My husband was burning leaves in the yard. He just came inside for a second.
Never leave a fire unattended. If it's too hot to touch, it's too hot to leave.
Smokey said that too.
We go way back. I knew him when he was just a cub.
How cute.
If you see someone in danger of starting a wildfire, step in and make a difference. Brought to you by Smokey Bear, the U.S. Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council. Learn more at smokeybear.com.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
'Cause you start out stealing songs, then you're robbing liquor stores and selling crack and running over school kids with your car. So don't download this song. The record store's where you belong.
I think Misty and Rob, they could really get coffee together.
They could.
Yeah.
They could. What a great way to start a relationship. Coffee.
With a different name.
With a different name.
Every time.
Every time.
Ooh, we'll have to consider that.
Okay.
Okay. It's been Comedy Parenting Radio. We were talking about assumed identities. I'm not who you think you are. And I want to thank you, too, for coming out here tonight.
That's okay, because I wasn't who you really think I am.
You're quite welcome for having Misty, Zoe, Michelle.
All of us have been glad to be here.
And when you guys go ahead and take that stack of name tags with you and just disperse them.
We got them.
Could do that.
Bye-bye.
Looks like you've been missing a lot of work lately.
I wouldn't say I've been missing it, Bob.